Hello, Jonathan Barber, Senior Mortgage Specialist of Equity Resources. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us today. Happy Saturday to you. So good to have you with us. Today we are going to have a little fun. I have a good friend of mine joining us as the guest speaker. We have a lot of ground, a lot of topics to cover. So thank you for tuning in. So this is part 2 of our series. As you know, during the last session, we had special guest speaker Joyce Leathers talking about the difference between a buyer agent, dual agent, seller agent, and we had we had a very good time talking about those issues. Joyce was great, and she helped us out a lot, gave us a lot of very helpful information. So the other side of the coin, we're going to address today with our guest, Mr. Ben Drummer, and we'll introduce him in a moment. But before we get started, I just wanted to thank all of you for joining us, for being a part of our mission at Equity Resources Tri-County. Thank you for telling your friends and your family members about what we're doing. And we thank you for tuning in to these Facebook Live seminars and sharing these videos that we are posting online. We talk about credit repair, financial fitness, and we have a bunch of other topics that we're posting online on our YouTube channel. So we thank you for getting the word out. We want to make sure that we reach as many people as possible. And this Facebook Live seminar that we are doing is part of that. Which reminds me, feel free to ask questions during this interactive broadcast. We mainly do this interactive broadcast so that people can ask questions that they might not necessarily feel comfortable asking the real estate agent or the loan officer. This is your golden opportunity to ask questions. But as you ask these questions, please remember that these are seminars that will be used for educational purposes. So although we do want you to have fun and let your hair down and take your shoes off, we do want to make sure that we are very professional and productive during these sessions. So please ask your questions and make your comments accordingly. Before we go any further, I want to make sure that I wish a very happy birthday to my little sister, Barbara Barber. I know. Anyway, happy birthday, Barbie. And for those of you who know my sister, you know that I had a wonderful birthday surprise for her maybe 10 or 15 years ago. I had the entire family. We went to a nice restaurant. I had the whole family there. And I had an actress, a performer, Broadway performer, come in a large chicken costume. It was absolutely hilarious. She serenaded the whole family. She pulled Barbie to the front and embarrassed her. It was hilarious. So if you want a good laugh, or if you just want to know a really good practical joke idea to play on your sister, check out the YouTube videos. So not only do we have the credit repair videos and all of the educational videos, but there's also that really funny video on there. So check it out. Anyway, a little bit of housekeeping. For those of you who got the super grant in the year 2017, congratulations. We hope you are enjoying your new home. But hopefully when you file your taxes, you did it properly. We're getting a lot of phone calls, and I wanted to make sure we address this issue. Because you got the super grant, that means you're getting money every year. But in order to get that money, you have to file your taxes properly. And it's not a big deal. It's not calculus or algebra. You basically wait for that piece of paper to come in the mail, the mortgage credit certificate, and you give that piece of paper and your mortgage interest statement, 2 documents. You give both documents to your CPA. That way you can get the money you deserve. So for those of you who, for whatever reason, did not do that, give me a call. I can put you in touch with the people who can get you that money, and do that right away because the tax deadline is approaching quickly. In other news, we have upcoming homebuyer seminars due to popular request. A lot of my clients are asking us to do more of these home buyer seminars, especially a credit repair seminar. We did one before. A lot of people are asking for another one. So in 2 weeks, we're going to have a credit repair seminar live via Facebook. So we invite you to tune in to that as well. And if you have any suggestions or any Facebook Live topics that you would like us to address, feel free to call me, text me, inbox me, passenger pigeon me, Instagram, Twitter, and I'm available to entertain those questions and needs. And we would love to give you everything you want. So let us know what you want and we'll make it happen. The last bit of housekeeping, we have a new wall of fame at our Tri-County office. And although I'm a big fan of the Facebooks and the texts, hey, good morning, and all the technology aimed at our millennials, I'm a big fan of the personal touch. So if we helped you buy a house, feel free to stop in, join me for a cup of coffee or tea, and I'd love to catch up with you. You are a part of our entire mission. So we invite you to come back, check out the new Wall of Fame. And if you are not a Wall of Fame client yet, we honor our clients who are organized. They have all of their paperwork ready to go. They're appreciative. They understand the process. They ask questions. And they're just genuinely nice people. So those are the people who go up on the Wall of Fame, and people who allow us to take their photograph and put them up there. So we invite you to come on down to the Tri-County office located at 130 Tri-County Parkway. Check out the new Wall of Fame. Let's reconnect. It'll be good to see you. So now that the housekeeping is over, what are we talking about today? We're talking about a particular issue that is happening in the market. Rates are still at an all-time low. Yes, they are going up, but rates are still at an all-time low. We have the Super Grant. I'm telling you, the Super Grant is insane. It gives you money every year, and it gives you money for the down payment. We have a 3% down conventional program that we just rolled out. It is, as the young folks, as our millennials would say, it is off the chain. Did I say that correctly? It is off the chain, off the hook. Off the chain, hook, whatever, tomato. But we have all these wonderful programs, and we get our clients pre-approved, and we get all their paperwork, and we're ready to send them out shopping for a home. We work with their real estate agents, and the clients can't find properties. They spend all this time getting pre-approved, and some even getting their credit together, and they can't find a house. And they call me and they say, JB, what's going on? I can't find anything. And I counsel them, I help them. In some cases, I'm even looking on the realtor websites with them, and I'm seeing what they're seeing. The houses are available that morning, and by the evening time, it's sale pending. So that is why we devoted our last seminar and this seminar to that particular issue, to help our clients survive this particular real estate market. So I'm glad, I'm honored to be able to introduce a gentleman I have known for a long, let's just say a long time. And this gentleman is a friend of mine, a mentor of sorts. And I've known Mr. Ben Drummer for a billion years. He is actually my competition. You might ask why a loan officer would host a show and have his competitor on the show. We're having Mr. Ben Drummer talk to us because I trust the guy. He's been a loan officer for 19 years, specializing in rehab loans, commercial loans, and FHA and conventional. But he's also a real estate agent. He's been a realtor for 14 years in the real estate industry. And I've known him the whole time. So I trust him. And I'd love to introduce to you Mr. Ben Drummer. Right?
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for the nice words. Nice talking to you again.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well,
How are you today?
I'm well. How about you?
Good. Excellent. I appreciate you letting me on your show so we can help out your buyers and sellers.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for joining us. I know you're a very busy man and in high demand, so I'm glad and honored that you took the time to talk to us today.
We have known each other for a while, haven't we? We were just talking. I said, man, time is flying by.
You're making me feel old there, Mr. Drummer.
He said, wow, 19, 20 years? Wow, we have been doing this a long time.
Yes, sir. And and it has been a pleasure the whole time, sir. So I appreciate you.
And vice versa.
And thank you again for joining us. And, you know, I picked you because I know you are grillable. I know that my clients can ask you questions and you can take it. So that's why you're here, and I hope you are ready to go. And just to remind those of you who are joining us, this is interactive. So we are reading the questions, we are reading the statements. So Mr. Drummer is available to answer questions and to share with us this morning. Now, I had a few questions just to get the ball rolling. I have this friend who was looking at buying a house, and she's very candid, just like we are. And she was saying, JB, what's going on? I'm qualified. I got 700 scores. I got money in the bank. I've been working for 1 billion years. I got the highest rating on DU. Why can't I find a house? So I told her, I said, it's tough. It's a seller's market. And of course, I gave her a very crude JB definition of seller's market, but because you are the professional, could you help us understand what the term seller's market really means?
Well, I mean, simply put, a seller's market is when the demand for homes outpace the available supply in that particular area. So our biggest market that we have that is a seller's market is like the Butler County area, Lakota, Mason area, where you don't have a whole bunch of houses that are available that as far as being listed. So when it's not the supply out there, then it becomes a seller's market. And the seller is able to pick and choose basically their particular buyers. Okay. And that becomes a very nice seller's market.
Okay. So that means that they're able to, you said, pick and choose the buyer. So it's not like it was 2 years ago where a buyer can go in and pick and choose whatever he or she wants to buy. It's the other way around.
It's the other way around, right. And then what's happening is the buyers have to be able to be ready to give a strong offer. Most people that I've come across, they want to try and negotiate these days. But in a seller's market, if you want that particular house, you have to go in with a strong offer. And these houses are going for 100% of their asking price and above.
Oh.
That's the seller's market. So if you want something, a buyer has to be prepared to be able to do as less negotiation as possible, get what you want, and move forward.
Okay. So because I have, you said a strong offer, and let's talk about that just for a second. I know that the super grant that we offer, it pays for above and beyond the normal down payment. So there's a little money left for the closing costs. And in some cases, my first time buyers, I mean, you know how it is being a realtor, pardon me.
Right.
The buyers want to go in and they want to, I think the term is lowball. They want to offer $5,000 less, and they want to have the seller pay $4,000 for a closing costs. I mean, so the seller's market is not conducive for that type of negotiation.
Well, again, in my opinion, that's where your realtor comes in. Your realtor should be able to inform you of what is going on in that particular market. Okay. And they can look at their statistics and see that on this particular street or this particular area in Mason, these houses are going for 99% of their listing price, or they're going for 101% of their listing price. So if you have those numbers in front of you, then you're able to make an educated decision and go from there.